Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I'm doing free oracle questions, so let me know if you have a question, and then thank you for joining. Hi, officially Callie. Hi, Bree. Hi, Alexandra. Thank you for the likes. Hey, friend. Is Eternal Life in here? I thought I saw him. Hey, Eternal Life. I decided to get on here because I meditated earlier and I was in a coma. It's going well. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Are y'all doing anything for the long weekend? Okay. Well, have a good day, honey. Let me know how it goes. Okay, that'll be nice. I'm not doing a thing. Oh, you working? Okay. We do have to be thankful for a job. I know I'm thankful for my job. For real, though. It's not. It's not my business, but we working on it. Oh, you do event planning? Okay, awesome. That's great. Hola. I wish I did speak fluent Spanish. Love me some Nipsey. No, this is H2O. Just romanticizing my life, child. Thank you. I have to decide what I'm gonna get next because these gonna have to come out in a little bit. Thank you. All is good. I have no complaints. Thank you. In all transparency, I do use a filter. But I don't try to use filters that just completely change how I look. And I do use the Metacube. TikTok got me on Metacube skincare. Does anyone have a question? Thank you. Excuse me. Okay, officially, Callie, what's your question? Is your brother trying to tell you something? Okay, hold on just a second. I'm gonna try this pineal gland stimulation. Excuse me. We'll see how this goes. All right. What I ask is that you just ask to ask a question before you post it. Right now, I'm working on a question for Callie. I do need my bell. Hold on just a second. Higher self, spirit, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, archangels. Thank you for your protection. Thank you for your guidance. Higher self, help me to trust the information that I'm getting. I ask that you would only deliver messages today that are for our highest and best good. I ask for the assistance of my ancestors, spirit guides, and helpers of the highest light and vibration only. What does Callie need to know about her brother, and is he trying to tell her something? Okay, so what I was getting is that, like, the energy is that you were contemplating a decision, and I feel like he was saying there's a different route to take. Um, like, whatever, I guess, whatever decision you had settled on initially, there's a different route to take because there are people already anticipating that that's the decision you're going to make, and they have um, like mechanisms in place to try to like prevent you or stop you or something of that nature. I know that's kind of vague. Let me know if any of that resonates. Like if you were trying to make a decision about something recently. Thank you for the gifts. You are trying to make decisions on something. Okay. Um the energy I get from him or this male. Oh girl, that skincare is oh, thank you. Oh, the skincare routine is I use Medicube. I so the whatever so the energy is that whatever you had kind of decided on, that's not the best route. So the energy is to come up with a different strategy. And the energy I get from him is like a business person, like a strategic individual, kind of wise as far as like maybe business is concerned. And so it was almost like he was had like a board behind him, like that's not the way, like that's not the route you should take. Okay, so that does resonate. Yes, very, very wise. Yeah. Let me see if there's any other message around the right route to take. I feel like he's saying don't touch the savings. Um, that you know how to make money, but don't touch the savings. Does that resonate? Yes, I'm doing a reading, Victoria. Trust me, I'm not coming up here if I'm not okay. My spirit team gonna have to work me out before I come on here. Not really, but I kind of have an idea, I think. Okay. Let me see if there's something else. It was he very flirtatious, like a ladies' man, because I feel like he's like, sis, I'm distracted. Like, I'm like, will you please tell me what she need to know? Come on now. So he was. Because he's like, sis, I'm just distracted. I'm like, I need you to tell me what she need to know. He love him red too. Oh my goodness. He's like, I get the energy that he was fine too. Like, nice height, body, good looking. Let me know if that resonates. Um he is tall and light and built. Okay. Oh, he's still alive, just in jail. Okay. Okay. Um Thank you for the gifts. Okay, I'm not getting much else as far as like direction. I think that your guides in general would rather you figure it out yourself. Of course, they're here to guide you and assist you, but I do feel like the energy is like more like do this on your own. Don't get with those shady relatives. I feel like it's relatives. It could be like people close to you that are close to you like relatives, but the energy is just like to do something on your own, and that could be why I was getting the energy of like don't use the savings, because the savings might be like using other people's help or something that other people can provide. But I feel like there's something about whatever that would include that would kind of like it may help in the beginning, but not necessarily in the long run. Right, and okay. Okay, so that resonates. Backfired. Yeah, that's kind of the energy. Like I don't know about the use of backfire, but it would be more of a hassle. Like the energy is kind of like if like I'm not saying this is exactly the scenario, but the energy is like if I give you this money, it'll seem like I'm just doing something out of the kindness of my heart now, but on the back end, if it makes some real profit, then it would be a problem. It would be a serious problem. Like we talk about like greed, lawsuits, um, and that's why I feel like the energy was that you know how to make money on your own. Like don't you don't need anyone else's help. You're welcome. Okay, you do. Good. So the good news is I definitely feel like whatever you're contemplating will be successful, and so you can rest assured and be confident in your ability to be successful. Like self-made energy. You're welcome. I don't know why I'm yawning because I slept all day. Okay, if you have a question, just let me know you have a question. Don't just post the question, please. Um, there was somebody else who was asking that have a question answered. I don't know if they're still here though. Thank you for the follow. Okay, Nikki. I think Nikki had a question first, and then Mima, I can get to you. Becca. Okay, let me get to Nikki first, and then Mima, and then Tony. Okay, it does. Okay, I would need a specific question because I'm really not doing readings. I know that looks similar to a reading, but I'm not really doing readings. I just want to answer a question. That's still very general, but I'll see what Spirit says. Let me see. Um, higher self, spirit. What can Nikki look forward to in the next 3 months? Nikki, they're showing me something with regard to a car. Like I feel like I'm seeing you driving off of a car lot. Have you been car shopping, um, or working on manifesting a car, or like driving, doing something for work? You have not. Okay. Make sure this is your energy. Do you need to be working? Because I feel like there's something about driving. I feel like that you may not be working right now. Like there's something that they're trying to urge you to do. Like almost like get motivated. You do need to be working. Okay, because the energy is like get motivated, get up out the house, go like um but the energy is around something like around driving, like DoorDash or Uber or something like that. Um, so they're definitely, well, first of all, um, you like, so the energy is like that you've almost kind of just given up, like not given up like totally, but just not motivated, not really um doing anything to progress forward. And so the energy is around like maybe doing more specific manifestation. So, like, just like how you were asking me for something general, like you didn't have a specific question. If you're not working and you need to be working, like, that's the type of energy your spirit guides are trying to get you into. So, like, if you're not working but you need to be working, then the question should have been around, like, working, you know, purpose, what direction should I be going in? And so that's why I feel like maybe they're showing me something about driving, like maybe start out driving, just do something, like get going with something. It doesn't have to be super intense or like very taxing, but just get motivated and get going and then start there. But I definitely would encourage you to be very specific in your manifestations. I get the energy that you are a very powerful manifester. And so maybe you don't realize how powerful you are. And sometimes when, like, I know that, like, for me specifically, because I have such a big purpose, I have a lot of energy and information coming in at most of the time, that it can be like I have all this that I'm trying to deal with and trying to sort out and trying to hold, but don't know how to deal with it. So just fuck it. Like, I'm just not gonna deal with it. As you said, I think I am. I don't know how to manifest correctly. I'm more in a negative headspace and just don't. Yeah. And don't believe anything will come my way. Yeah, that is definitely the energy that I get from you. Um, but I would encourage you to think about it this way. Whatever you do today, it may not like show up. It may not show up immediately in the form that you wanted to show up. It may not look exactly how you want it to look right away. It could take a while. But if you don't start somewhere, then, like, and you just not doing anything, you're not building up any kind of momentum. And so that's the general message. I am, however, an extremely blessed person, and God will always come through for me. And and I can tell that for sure. Um, but that is something that you need to focus on, as far as like manifestation is not hard. Manifestation is like writing down what you want in a journal, and then just allowing whatever to transpire to get it to you. Not worrying about how it's going to get to you, not trying to struggle and strategize all the time. It's like, just do something to get you going and motivated and out of the house, and not, okay, let me go sign up for DoorDash or Uber and stuff. Yeah, they were showing you driving, honey. Yeah, just write it down and let it go. Just remind yourself of how blessed you are and that things always come through. I really don't feel like driving is going to take is going like I don't feel like you're gonna have to drive that long to get to where you want to be. But the energy is that you have to get motivated and get going, because if you just stay stuck in the energy that you're in now, you're not going to build up the momentum you need. Because, like, the things that I was manifesting a year ago, 2 years ago, I'm just starting to reap the benefits of those things. So, like, every day that you focus on what it is that you want and write down what it is that you want and move forward, just knowing that it's going to come, like, that's how you manifest. Should it be something more tangible, or is my phone notes okay? No, the phone notes are fine. Girl, when I tell you I've been through so much, that's why I kind of just gave in. Yeah. Yeah, and it can be very tough. Trust me, been there, done that many times over. And like, you find your power in pushing through the hard times. And I know that's not like a popular message, but pushing through and overcoming and staying in the mindset that um, God, your spirit team, and all the energies that love you in the spirit realm will always come through for you is is what you should hold on to. Excuse me. All right. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. I think, who was next? I think, was it Tony? Yeah, I think Tony was next. Or Mima. I think Mima and then Tony. Okay. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, Mima, what's your question? Rebecca, is my husband going to be in my future? Is he going to have a change of mind or heart? Okay, higher self. Will Becca's husband be in her future, and is he going to have a change of mind or heart? So I do get the energy that you all will reconcile. The images that I was getting was like you all running toward each other and like embracing. I was getting an image of the two of you sitting at a table, holding hands across the table, and the energy was that he's going through some things financially. Does that resonate? He has legal issues and says he's leaving and wants to be done. Okay. So it's the energy is around more like the legal issues that are creating this energy of like frustration and not wanting to just not wanting to really deal with the relationship, and it's more of like not feeling adequate as a man to be able to like provide and protect. And so I do feel like there is that there's an opportunity for the reconciliation. But if he's got if he has whatever issues he has to work through, he blames you, says his freedom is at risk if we stay together. Let me look into that a little bit more further. So the energy that I'm getting is not that you are creating his legal problems per se, but that you're not, like, maybe it's almost like your anxiety is making the matters worse. Um like it's like, well, what are we gonna do, and what are you gonna do, and well, like, like that type of energy. Like, it's, I don't want to use the word nagging, but it's almost more like a nagging situation. um Kind of like stressing him out to the point where he might like lose his shit. I don't know if that resonates at all, but it's like spirit isn't really trying to give me a whole lot of information, maybe because it shouldn't be revealed in a live setting. But let me know if that resonates. So this so how you're asking questions is what I'm speaking to, because you're not really answering what I'm asking you, but you're like jumping to the next question. And so that's the energy that is exacerbating the situation, creating an environment of like tension, stress, anxiety. Um, because if I'm talking to you and I'm giving you what spirit is giving me thus far, and then you're just like, okay, I don't really care about that. I just want to know this. And so, from a man's perspective, that's not how you communicate. So, anxiety is high. He came with the issues unbeknownst to me. Then a situation happened that brought them to the surface. So, that's the type of thing that I'm saying. It's like, okay, you have to face this situation with him now, but how you're handling it is not going to how you're handling it is not going to encourage the reconciliation. So I started out by saying that there is possibility for reconciliation, right? Reconciliation, right? He brought issues that wasn't known to you, but now you're having to deal with it. So the decision that you have to make on your end is, am I going to be able to deal with these issues, or am I going to sever the relationship? Based on your line of questioning to me, you don't want to sever the relationship. But at the same time, you can't be like, well, I don't like this, but I want you to stay. But what are you gonna do? And how are you gonna fix it? And like I didn't ask for this. I didn't want this. I didn't want you to come in here and do this to me. And why are you doing this to me? But don't leave. But I want you to stay. And but I can't stand that you did this to me. And but I want you to stay. But please don't go. Like, do you see how chaotic that is? Are you unfrozen? And let me know if you can hear me and see me. Um, Shade, just I don't. I would rather people ask me to answer a question for them. Don't just put the question in the comments. I have a couple of people I'm gonna answer questions for. Please don't just ask the question. Just let me know that you have a question, and then I will get to you. I have a couple of people that I'm working on. Um, Mima, if you're not here anymore, I'm gonna move on to Tony, if he's still here. Okay. So Tony, are you still here? Shay, don't just ask your question. You can let me know that you have a question. Okay, Tony. Is Juliana thinking about giving our situation another chance? So, Jade, I'm answering questions, but I'm not the type of reader where you can just come in the live and just ask your question and I respond, because that's rude as hell. I'm just to be totally honest with you. So when I'm as I'm offering free questions, I ask that you say in the comments, I have a question, or may I ask a question? And then I will get to you. I get it. I get it. But what I'm saying is, I ask people to just say that they have a question, and then I will get to your question. But there were like 3 people before you that said that they wanted to ask a question. Okay, you too, boo. Like, yeah, we not about to do that. But this is just for anyone in general. And Tony, I apologize, but I just need to say this because people I know that people are hurting. I know that people are stressed out, and that is why I get on here and do this for free. Like, I'm building my content, I'm working on you know, developing my brand, and um the quality of my readings are priceless. And that's just not, I mean, I'm going to toot my own damn horn, because if nobody really cares about me, I'm going to care about me, and my spirit team is going to care about me. And with all, I've been down and through the trenches to get to this point in my spiritual journey. And I have to conduct my business in a certain way, and I don't mind answering questions for free, because I know that, like, it's trying times for people, and people are out here, you know, struggling and need direction and guidance. And I don't mind being a conduit for spirit and the divine in that way. But just in general, I see it in a bunch of readers' lives. People just asking questions, and it's like, If I'm on the street, or let's just say I'm in a store and I'm at Walmart, I don't just walk up to the person who works at Walmart and like, hey, I need to know where the lotion is. Can you tell me where the lotion is? Like that's rude as hell. I go up to the person, hi, how are you? Do you happen to know where the paper towels are? That's how the fuck you ask a question. Like, at least greet me. Like, hi, may I ask a question? You know, like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not, and it wasn't me trying to be rude and nasty to her. It's just, I try to communicate the best I can. Like, say you have a question, and then I will get to your question. Don't just ask the question. But maybe I'm not communicating properly. Because I can, like, it can get, like, kind of jumbled up when I'm answering questions. Where are my earrings? I just lost both of my earrings. But anyway. Okay, so what I was saying is that I can tell by the way you're interacting with me that you're not effectively communicating and interacting with your husband in a manner that is going to facilitate reconciliation. Because I was asking you um to let me know if what I was telling you resonated, and then you just jump to the question about, well, is he going to move out? Does spirit see him moving out? I need for you to focus on one thing at a time, one step at a time, because the energy is like you resent the fact that he brought this problem to you, into y'all's relationship, unbeknownst to you. And you have the choice, you have the freedom to say, I'm not going to put up with this. I don't want to deal with it. I'm going to move on. But that's not the energy that you're bringing to the situation. You want you want the relationship to continue. You want it to you want the relationship to continue. You don't want him to leave, but at the same time, you giving him a bunch of shit about how he's brought the how he's created this situation that you didn't ask for. So the energy is, what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to fix this? What's going to happen? But don't leave. But I don't want you to leave. But then, like, the energy that you're giving him is, you don't want to have to deal with it, but then you don't want him to leave. So I had validated, but I typed twice. It didn't seem to show. You're correct, but we avoid conversation. So my suggestion would be to focus on the long game. Like, focus on the outcome. If spirit is showing me that you can have a successful relationship in the long run and you can reconcile the situation, right. So if your anxiety is high and the more you talk about it is creating more stress for him, then that should not be the topic of discussion. Because you can't control the outcome, he can't necessarily control the outcome. All he can do is what he can do with his attorneys or whatever the case may be. All you can do at this point is just being a loving support. And your job as a supportive wife is to just be that, a loving, supportive wife, not stressing him out or stressing yourself out, or bringing the energy of anxiety to the relationship. And if that's not something that you can deal with without a bunch of anxiety and stress, and making the two of you crazy, then that's something that you need to really take a good hard look at and decide, like, right now. Because it's like with anything, it's like, if you don't want to deal with it, just don't deal with it, but don't bring that level of anxiety to the situation. Yes, I agree. I have done that, but he says it's beyond repair, I guess. Okay. So, like I said, I've given you what spirit showed me as far as the future. If you like, the energy that you're giving me is that you want it instantly fixed. You want to see instantly that is something different. But you're not going to see that because the court case is not instantly going away. So the energy I was getting initially was like financial problems or something of that nature that was creating a barrier between the two of you. And it's, as you've said, it's not necessarily financial, but it's court related. But either way, it's an environment where he feels like kind of helpless, like not able to be the provider and protector that he wants to be for you in the situation. And so just adding extra stress and all of that is not helping the situation. So if he has to step away from the situation in order for the relationship to come back online after all of this stuff has taken place, then that's what needs to happen, because you can't continue to have all this anxiety in a relationship. Thank you. I am impulsive and want answers, but I trust spirit. Uses finances. If he leaves, I can't stay. Okay, well, and that's something that, like I said, if and now it's more like, and see, this is the thing, anxiety and all of that, like what's gonna happen, that is like very self-centered. So it's less about like, how can I help you get through this, versus what's going to happen to me. And so if he's already in a situation where he's stressed out and has problems and is facing, legal things, you not just being supportive of him in a situation and it being more about you, like, that's definitely not the way that, like, that's misplaced motivation for maintaining the relationship. And so if he's feeling that, like, nobody wants to feel that somebody just wants to be with them because where am I going to stay? You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be much more than that to a relationship, especially a marriage. So if you really want to remain in a relationship and keep it going, then you have to make sure that you are being genuinely supportive of him as a husband, and it goes beyond like what's going to happen with you. So, well, but you don't have to necessarily articulate it without it coming across as that, because the person can can read between the lines. So, but it's an opportunity for you. You if you but the thing is, you can't offer help but being supportive. Yeah, like there's nothing that you can do in order to help him but just be supportive. But again, if the energy that you're bringing is anxiety, then you can't, you can't just be bringing anxiety. I'm going to leave it there because I've pretty much now given you a free reading, which is what I did not want to do. I wanted to just answer a question. Yes, that's true. I'll step back and trust that it will work out. And if he goes, I won't see. Yeah, it's, like you just have to let it be what it's going to be. That's okay. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. No problem. It's not a problem. But that's on me. If I don't cut off if I don't cut it off, then that's on me. If I gave you a free, like, full reading, essentially. Um. So I don't want to mispronounce your name, but Dean, I just ask that you would state that you have a question, and then I will get to your question, but don't just ask the question. Um, if Tony is still here, Tony might have left because that took a long time. No problem. Tony, are you still here? Thank you for the gifts. Okay, Tony, please ask me your question again. It was about Juliana. Oh, thank you for the gifts. Okay, what was the question again about Juliana? Thank you for the gifts. Eternal life. Can I make you a moderator? Cause honey, I can't. Thank you. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Um, I don't know where my daggone is. Juliana thinking about giving her situation another chance, but she's afraid it will not work. All right, higher soul spirit, what does Tony need to know about Juliana? I really can't believe that my earrings, both of my earrings fell out. What does Tony need to know about Juliana? Um, I think I added you as a moderator. Um, Tony, so the energy around that is that Juliana felt overwhelmed by like some codependency. Where you do you struggle with codependency, like needing a lot of reassurance, a lot of attention, like it's almost like the energy of like constantly having to be on the phone, constantly wanting to be around the person, not really giving her space that's needed. Let me know that. Okay, you saying yes, I did. Okay, so the energy that she's in is no, that she does not want to revisit. Um, but that's mainly because there's something that you have to be working on right now, and it's the codependency. Okay, so yes, definitely. Yeah, the codependency on your part is what needs to be worked out, because it gets to be overwhelming, and I get the energy that she really cares about you. Um but like people can only deal with so much, cuz it's kind of like I like it's almost like she's her energy is I have a lot that I have to deal with, and I can't deal with your codependency as well. And so, in order for me to be able to protect my mental health, I have to step back away from the situation. I love you, I want the best for you, but I just can't emotionally deal with both of our stuff. So, that's the energy around that. But I definitely encourage you to work on that, because if you want to be successful in any relationship, it's really going to require that you um, become more self sufficient. We are not together. We were in a 20-year relationship. Okay. Um, so this is just, I always tell people that energy can change. And so this is the energy as of right this moment. But if you have, if you're willing to do the work that is necessary to work on yourself, then there's always an opportunity for um, um, possible reconciliation. Or I'm not guaranteeing you reconciliation because of the energy that she's in right now. But regardless, like you can always have a healthy relationship, but you just have to do the work that's necessary on yourself. Um, and that's what Spirit is saying. So I hope that helps you. And I'm not changed so much that she told me she is emotionally overwhelmed. Okay, yeah, that's the energy that I get from her, from that she's just overwhelmed. But like I said, all hope is not lost, especially for any just a healthy relationship in general. Um, but if she's emotionally overwhelmed, don't like press the issue, because that goes back into like you overwhelming her with the codependency. So that's definitely not going to be the best route. The best route is you focusing on you. Um, and then whatever, you know, spirit brings your way will then, you know, be the result of you working on you. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna do a little collective, but if somebody has a specific question, I can do that right now. Let me know. Oh my god. Okay. D, what's your question? Bubby, you yawning too? Oh, okay. Yeah. Definitely just focus on you. Okay, you're welcome, Tony. All right. Dean, will George and I reconcile our marriage anytime soon? All right, higher self spirit, what does Dean need to know about her and George's relationship? So I'm getting a no because of I get the energy of infidelity. So let me know if that resonates. Thank you, Eternal Life. Yes, he cheated, but continues to deny. Yeah, I don't think your spirit guides even want you to reconcile that relationship because he's not he has not stopped doing what he's doing. And um the energy is just that he's not going to stop, especially if he's denying it. Because if you can't take responsibility and accountability, like that's just the energy of continuing to do what you want to do and hide it and cover up. Um, my question to you would be, why do you want to reconcile with someone who has cheated on you and not been upfront about it? Tay, I ask people not to just ask a question. If you have a question, just state that you would like a question answered, and then I can get to you. No problem. Thank you for the follow. We're trying to work things out. Okay, so Dean, I'm just gonna say, like, they were showing me that he was dealing with someone, like, just straight up. So, um, unfortunately, I would like I hate to deliver a message like this, but what you working it out with him in the energy that he's in of continuing to like wanting to have his cake and eat it too, what's going to end up happening is you're just going to be the safe place to always come back to, like, um you know, if she's going to accept the lies that I'm giving her, then I can continue to lie and cheat, and she's not going to go anywhere. And now some women can deal with that. I'm not one of them. I'm just going to be totally honest. I will lose my whole entire shit. I am not one. I'm not the one. Yeah, no. I would not. Like, I would definitely, like, he's not in the energy where he's trying to stop dibbling and dabbling other places. And so that's no reflection on you. That has everything to do with him and his insecurity, and not feeling like, you know, like, I guess having multiple women is a way of him feeling like, you know, better about himself, and satisfying, like, kind of filling a void. But it has absolutely no reflection on you as a person, or your virtue, or your ability to be a wife. So I just want to encourage you in that regard. Like, it has nothing to do with your looks or your body or anything like that. Not like, the energy I get from you is that you're solid. Like, you can go and do and have a man if you want to. You know, like, there's nothing wrong with your personality. There's nothing wrong with just who you are as a person. But when someone is in that energy where they're just trying to fulfill themselves in ways that nobody is going to really be able to fulfill, I would not encourage you trying to work that out with someone like that. But thank you for trusting me with your energy, and I hope that helps. And I just want to say this, like, I am an advocate for marriages, and I encourage people to try to work things out as much as possible, especially when it's a marriage, especially when it's children. But both people have to be willing to work on their relationship. And if one person wants to work on the relationship, but the other person just wants to keep fulfilling their selfish desires, and not prioritizing their partner's mental and emotional well-being, physical safety, and all of those things, because there's just two. I'm gonna sit on my soapbox for just a moment. because there's too many episodes of Snapped. There's too many episodes of Dateline. There's too many situations where men have put women in harm's way because of their cheating, whether it's STDs or the mistress getting possessive and wanting to do harmful things to the wife. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. We not doing that around here. So, there's some situations where I encourage working it out, but in this situation, no, because he's just reckless. All right. I think Tiffany was next. Oh, Tay is up next. Okay. Thank you for the likes. Okay. Tay, what was your question? Tay, what was your question? Okay, did Montreal get mad at the song I posted because he may be realizing I'm done with him? What? Higher self spirit. Did Montreal get mad at this song? Yes. Okay, Tay, I'm getting a no. The energy that I get from Montreal is that he's just in his own little world. Like, oblivious. Let me know if that resonates. Very selfish, self-centered type energy. Right, eternal life. Honest life. Yeah. Does that resonate, Tay? Because since I'm doing these for free, I do need to know if I'm on point or not. To be honest with you, I hate questions like that, and that's why Onyx is barking. He's not really like that, to be honest. He's been throwing subliminals at me. I don't know, Tay. Let me make sure I'm reading your energy. And the reason why I don't like questions like this is because you know the answer. Like, it's like you came in here to ask me a question that you already know the answer to. You just maybe wanted to test my skills, or maybe get confirmation. But like, because I say I'm just answering free questions, I try not to um discriminate against certain questions, so to speak. um you don't need confirmation. Like, if you, so the energy around the situation is that he likes playing games with you. Like, he doesn't care, but he'll act like he cares. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but it's like both of y'all are in that energy of like, I'm gonna do this to try to make you do that. And hey, Onyx, cut it, cut it. Um, the energy around the situation is just that y'all like to play games with each other, and nobody really gives a. I like I. um like, I think that on a surface level, like, y'all are immature emotionally, and that's not shading you at all, because I've done it. Like, I still sometimes be in that energy. um it's like just a lot of immaturity going back and forth, and not like really seriously caring about the situation. There may be a response, but it may not be like, I don't know how to explain it. But you're saying you understand what I'm saying, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Um, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay, Tiffany, I know you were next. Will my knee ever get back to 100%, or will I be receiving a large lawsuit? Okay, just ask one question, child. Which question would you prefer? The lawsuit. Okay, so higher self spirit, what does Tiffany need to know about the lawsuit? Will she be getting a large return on the lawsuit? Okay, so the energy is that I'm not getting like a large payout from a lawsuit. Like, the energy is that it's gonna be hard to um it's gonna be hard to establish that the injury was 100% related to the lawsuit. Does that resonate at all? Hi, Alicia. I think that's how you pronounce your name, I hope. Are you still there, Tiffany? Okay. Okay, so yes, are you saying yes, you're still here, or yes, that what I said resonates? Yes, I'm here, but because I was hurt at work, I expected a payout. So what I was saying is that um, was there the energy was that there was something else going on with your knee before that, and it may have exacerbated it. I haven't worked in a year. So was there something else going on with your knee before that? And if you don't want to answer that on live, that's fine. Um, you tore your ACL at work. Okay. Um, yeah, I think I wasn't getting that you weren't getting anything. I've now had 2 knee surgeries. Okay, but is the ACL the same as the knee? I thought the ACL was different. You're in the same area. But okay, but I need you to just answer my question though. What did you have a knee injury prior to the ACL? Okay, so no. All right, so I definitely get that you will get something, but not like a huge payout. Um, and I'm not sure of what your interpretation of a large payout is. Um, is the knee injury, so the knee injury and the ACL is related? Because the energy is that they're not related. Like they're in the same area, but like the knee injury was different. Okay, you're saying yes, but let's clarify for me what you're saying yes to. The knee injury is not related to the ACL. They had to clean out the knee due to the ACL graft scar tissue. Okay, so I think that's why Spirit was separating the two. Um, because like you having surgery on the knee is somewhat related, but not totally related. Just found out that the SCL is back. Oh, ACL is. Okay, so those are somewhat separate issues. I know that they are like related, but somewhat separate. So the energy is that, however, they're going to try to spin it, because we all know that work related injuries, the doctors are going to try to figure out a way to spin it so that you can't get paid for both. It's a whole thing. Okay. Um I definitely feel like if you legitimately got injured on the job, that you will get something related to the ACL, but that they're going to try to create a separation between the two situations. Um, and so, as far as like a huge payout for the knee being connected to the ACL, I think that that's where spirit is kind of trying to separate the two. Um, I think that you have some justification for the ACL portion, but like it's almost like if you're not, um, like if they can say that you weren't properly staying off of the ACL, and then that somehow compromised your knee, like that's the energy that I get from it, where they're going to try to create a separation between the two. Um, and so there are a lot of things that the spirit is saying, there's a lot of things that you can do to help to restore the knee, but you have to follow the doctor's recommendations 1000%. Um, if you keep getting surgeries on the knee, then that could compromise your knee being 100%. So essentially, I'm answering both of your questions, but the overall energy is that you must follow the instructions 1000% in order to maximize your payout. um, which means a knee replacement, what they want to do. Yeah, I would, because I'm like, you're, for based on your picture, it looks like you're younger. I don't try. I try not to incorporate that into my readings, but um, I would say I'm not a doctor, and I'm not telling you to go. Oh, you're 45. Okay, so you're still young. Um, I would say that if you could avoid a knee replacement, then that would be the ideal situation. I'm definitely not telling you to go against any doctor's orders. I'm just saying maybe get multiple opinions. Definitely just don't, settle with one opinion. Um, but like when you have an ACL issue, and if you're on it too much, then that'll create other situations. Just put in for a second opinion today. Okay, good. Yeah, definitely. Because that, when you start getting that knee replacement, child. Because these doctors, like, they tried to tell me that I might need to get surgery on my knee because I was overweight. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to lose weight. Like, what the hell are y'all talking about? Okay, he said he would not replace the ACL. Okay. All right. Well, I hope that helped you. Thank you for trusting me. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay, and had to go Halo. Oh, thank you. Okay, had to go Halo. Have I already met my husband? Okay, higher self, spirit. Higher self, spirit. Has Halo already met her husband? I'm getting a yes because the image that they're giving me is him like proposing. I feel like there's more than one though. Is there more than one person? And then I got this. So that to me says a yes, honey. Let me know what. Halo, I'm getting that you're very intuitive though. So I feel like you already know. You're not dating anyone, but feel like you met. I feel like I have met them and it passed. You feel like you met them and it passed? I'm not getting that it passed. Um, so based on the energy that I was getting and the cards that I pulled, I feel like you have met the person that you will marry, um, but I don't feel like the opportunity has passed. So it may be like a situation where the person can come back around, but I don't feel like the opportunity has passed. Thank you. That's what I meant. I felt the opportunity pass. Hold on a second. Let me get some clarification. Okay, so I did have a couple of love interests, but think as a Taurus, I procrastinated too long. Um, so that makes sense though because I pulled the throat chakra card, and Taurus is associated with the throat chakra. Um, I also the moving on card came out, and the memories of love came out. Um, and then we have the rest and rejuvenate, and this is definitely earth sign related. Um, this I feel like is telling you to rest and rejuvenate. And if you weren't using your throat chakra in the relationship, then that would make sense. But I definitely don't feel like your opportunity for a husband has passed. Um, and so it's whatever the situation was with the two people that you were dating. um I definitely still feel like you have met someone who could potentially be your husband, because they were showing me someone proposing. But so I don't feel like you should be focused on the two people that you felt like the opportunity passed, because it could be any situation from the past that could be revisited. It doesn't have to be just those two people. um so that's the energy that I'm getting. You've been working hard on rest, and no, I was not. I don't know what you're saying. No, I was not. Okay, you were saying no, I was not. It's hard for me to open up. Okay, so spirit is definitely encouraging you to use your throat chakra. Okay, yeah, not using your throat chakra. So yeah, I would highly recommend that's something that you can focus on. Um, because what happens a lot of times is that when you have an issue with a particular relationship, and there was something that you didn't do in that relationship, when you take time to rest, rejuvenate, and heal that part of you, and in this situation your throat chakra, and being able to open up more, the more you heal, then that person can come back around. And I will say, like, it's not gonna be someone that you've had a lot of strife with, or did dumb stuff in a relationship. That's not the type of energy that I'm saying would be revisited. It would be someone who there was no issues. It just might have been that because you weren't communicating, that person didn't really know how much you like them. And so there's an opportunity for that to be revisited, but there was no harm done in that situation. So it's almost like kind of like a genuine twin flame type relationship, um, where you all revealed certain things about each other that needed to be worked on, and then you go into separation and come back. But I try to be very cautious about, like, when I talk about twin flames and soulmates and things like that, because it's been like the whole twin flame soulmate thing has been so convoluted and twisted. um and like these people, this couple was trying to create this business where they were like mandating that people stay together and be together because they were like twin flames. But that's not the idea that I want to put in people's heads. I do want to, like, give people the idea that when you have a situation where it was somewhat harmonious, but then one of the two of you created an environment where it was like, okay, we need to step back and heal, then that is what I'm talking about. Had great chemistry with someone and they moved away and I got upset and stopped speaking. Okay, so like that's the scenario that I'm speaking of, where it was like no harm done, but just, life was life, and I wasn't speaking up, and now I've literally lost my voice. Okay. So yeah, that's something that you can focus on. Like when you get with your, when you get in your meditation time, when you're working with your spirit guides, um, and always ask for the spirit guides of the highest light and vibration. I feel like spirit is saying that you need to call your power back because your power lies within your throat chakra. So when you call your power back and you call your power and your energy back from all lifetimes from creation, then that is how you find your power and you find your voice. So I hope that that helped you. I say, I say. You're welcome. Honey Glow. Did you just state that you had a question? Not the question, but just say I have a question. Oh, um, if you wanted a paid reading, is 22.22. Private readings are more, but I'm assuming you're asking about the live reading. Okay. So did you want to pay for a reading? Because my Cash App is the same as my name here on TikTok. It's just, yeah, Return of the Jedi. Oh my God. Excuse me. I'll pull some cards while we're waiting. Did anyone have just a question? And just let me know that you have a question. Please don't just post a question. Thank you for the light. 20K line. Okay, Alicia, what's your question? I seem to have difficult energy to read. What seals blocks need to be removed? Okay, higher self. Does Alicia? Why does Alicia have Difficult energy to read. So, Alicia, I'm getting more of the energy that you have a lot of protection, not that you had necessarily have blocks. Um, your protection is not something that you want to have removed. The energy that around you is that your guides want you to be able to tap into your own intuition and your own energy. Hold on a second. So I got the solar chakra. So your solar plexus can use some work. Sacral chakra, your sacral. I trying to say solar plexus. So I feel like your sacral chakra and solar plexus could use some work, and that has a lot to do with your creativity, your inner child. And I also was getting the trapped in fear card. So I feel like you've been in fear of your gifts. So it's less about like having blockages per se, but it's more so being in fear of your gifts. Let me know if that resonates. Okay, Star, I asked that people don't just post a question, that you just state that you want a question answered, and then I'll address it when I'm done with the person that I'm talking to. I trust my internal guidance. I thought it'd be nice to get a read, but they're usually off. Um, you're spot on. Okay. Um, I would say that you have a lot of protection. You have to be very careful about who you're allowing to read your energy. Um, if a reader is having difficulty reading your energy, is typically one of two things. Either that person, your spirit guides are like, they are not allowed to enter your energy for whatever reason, or there is something that they're just not trying to reveal to you. It's okay, Star. Um, and so I feel like you have a lot of very powerful ancient spiritual gifts, because my guides like placed a picture of me in front of a pyramid in Mexico. They brought that to my attention, And so I definitely feel like you have ties and you have connections like to bloodline connections to ancient Egypt, and like a very ancient soul with a lot of unique gifts. I definitely resonate with having very powerful ancient spiritual gifts. Mexico has been calling. Okay, so yeah, I would definitely, but just use your intuition about readers. Kind of observe them a little bit before you start asking them for readings. Um, because this is the picture that I have that I moved in front of me when I started your reading. And that was me in Mexico when my awakening was like really starting. Um, and so I that was in Cancun, Mexico. So I would definitely encourage you to go to Cancun. You're welcome. Um, but yeah, just be careful about who you're having read your energy, cause your spirit team don't play. And I got foundation and achievements for you, which to me says that this is like equivalent to the Ten of Cups card for me. And so your gifts will definitely make room for you, will create opportunities for you. And so definitely continue to stay on the path of, like cultivating your gifts and tapping into your creativity and, definitely meditating. So I hope that helps you. You're welcome. This is the most I've ever resonated with the reading. I appreciate your existence. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you trusting me with your energy. I definitely need to screenshot that energy. I definitely need to screenshot that. Thank you for the follow. Okay, it's your second time being in my life. Thank you for the follow. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming to my little corner of the TikTok. These little corner of the internet streets. It is going to bother me if I don't find my earring. Thank you. I was saying I do use a filter, but it doesn't alter my complete look. I've been using Medicube. I need to do a Medicube commercial. They finally done let me into the creator thing where I can actually promote products. Yeah, the thing on here on TikTok. Thank you, Eternal Life. They don't let me in. Okay, Chandria, just let me know. Oh, thank you, thank you. Um, the one with the toner sheets. I guess so. Yeah, the the black. It has blue and pink. I think somebody was before you, Chandria. I just asked that you let me know you have a question before asking a question. Oh my god. Excuse me. Eternal Life was somebody. Oh, okay. I think Star was before was the next person. No problem, Chandria. Okay, Star, what's your question? Oh, Excel is next? Yeah, Star. Will I get a job at Provere's server position? Okay, higher soul spirit. Will Star get the job, the server position? I'm getting a yes for that, Star. Let me pull a card for you. So Star, what I'm getting is that you will get a job, but it's not something that you're really gonna like necessarily. That's such a nice place. Okay. Um, I did get passion ignited, so I feel like it's a situation where it's just kind of like a stepping stone um, to like where you want to go. Let me just get some clarification. Oh, true. It's only temporary. I'm an actress. Okay, cause yeah, I was like, is not really in alignment with. I mean, hold on a second. Okay, so this is the card that came out for my clarification because like I was saying, just from reading the energy, I was getting um like emotion. I was getting more of like discontent, like um not really liking the position or not being in alignment, and you not really liking the position or not being in alignment, and you kind of you confirm that. But what I'm getting is that not to stay there too long. I know that you're saying you just need money, so this is confirming that you will have that as like a stepping stone. But I would encourage you to um, have, have a plan in place so that you can quickly get out of there, because I was getting some like emotional loss. And so I don't, like, I think spirit is trying to say, like, don't stay there too long. Be constantly working on a plan to get out of there. Hey, Asar, good to see you. I am. I hope you are too. I feel like spirit is saying, yes, use it as a means to an end for right now, as far as some money, but don't get too complacent and stay there too long, because it can create a situation where you get discouraged. Yeah, yeah. Okay, well that's good. You don't have a tendency of staying at dead end jobs for long. Yeah, I didn't get that energy that you would stay there long, but I'm just saying, just be prepared to like really make some quick moves. Um, and I do feel like maybe you'll meet somebody in the process of that job that will open up an opportunity for you. And I would encourage you to like go to the job with that in mind. Um, I I can pull one more card, but let me just see. So this is the card that came out, the star card. So I would not, because she's sitting down, I wouldn't say that dancing is necessarily the better option. The the telescope kind of gives me the energy of like a megaphone, or like using your voice. Even though that is like a telescope, I feel like it's more in alignment with the singing. So you're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. If you get a free reading, please follow. All right, Chandria. And you wanted some insight into your interview? Okay. Higher self, tell me what Chandria needs to know about her interview. I do feel like I get the energy that it went really well. Like they were very impressed by you. Um, I do feel like you'll get the job. Let me see. Where was the? So you got the New Beginnings card, and you got the Two of Wands card with the like the world in her hand, like the world is mine. Whose world is this? So this gives me the energy of like not just getting a job, but maybe having some options as well. Some choices in, um, like maybe more than one position, or, um, like just, they were impressed by you so much that you may have more, like you went in there for one job and then there may be like some other options, or it may be like a situation where they say, let's get you in here, let's have you do a great job, and then we can, like move you around quickly, that type of energy. Okay, so that was confirmation for you. Good. All right. Congratulations. Congratulations. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay. Is it Elaine? Please help me to phonetically pronounce your name. Oh, thank you, Alicia. I try to be, honey. Thank you. Elaine. 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 Okay. All right, Elaine, what is your question? I hope. Will I get medically cleared to join the Navy? Okay. Higher self, spirit, will Elaine get medically cleared to join the Navy? Okay, I'm getting a yes because they're showing me an image of you on a boat, but let me just clarify and pull a card for you. So the cards that I got was the Judgment card, and to me that's like celebration, victory, balancing of the scales in your favor. And then we got the Temperance card, and she's got her foot in water. And then she's got, the water here. So I feel like that's definitely confirmation of you getting medically approved for the Navy. So congratulations. Okay, anyone else? If you have a question, I just ask that you not just don't just post the question, but just state that you would like to ask a question. Okay, you can ask a question. Why is that your icon though? The little sick face. Okay, AJ. Shit, AJ. Oh, let me just ask. Eternal Life, was anybody else before AJ? Thank you for the follow. Okay. All right. Should AJ text? Thank you for the gifts. Hi, Bree. I've been good. How about you? Should AJ text T and tell him she misses him? Higher self spirit. Should AJ text? Should AJ text T? Okay. I used to like taking my kids to the Easter egg hunts. My youngest son would act the fool. Oh, okay. Um, I'm getting a yes for your question about texting T. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay, Queen, what's your question? Will Larry let go? Hi, so what does Queen need to know about Larry? I feel like Larry will let go, Queen, but it'll be to make room for someone even better. Someone more aligned with what you want and what you need. Um, oh, thank you, Royalty. I appreciate that. Let me know if that resonates at all. Cause I don't get the energy that Larry is really aligned with what you want. That it was more of like you are settling. Thank you for liking the live. Yeah, when I'm done with the current question, is Queen still here? Did Queen leave? Oh Lord, I feel like people be running off like Maury. like, like if they don't, if the answer isn't what they wanted to hear, like they just be like checking out. I hate it, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I'm not. Well, thank you for confirming, Rosie. I don't be trying to hurt anybody. I really don't. I really don't. Because I was trying to tell her, is somebody better coming? For real. They be like, I'm out. Oh, my Lord. Oh, damn. I could just like my spirit guides are giving me the image of like how when they say you're not the father and then the chick run off the stage to the back and collapse. Oh damn. Yes, eternal life knows I am gonna tell you the truth. I'm still going to build you up. But we about the truth over here. Okay. Yeah. So was Bree next? Okay, Bree, what was your question? Yes, truth over everything. We got to be honest. Cause I feel like I'm not properly serving the divine if I don't give truth, if I'm not assisting with how people can improve. Okay, will Bree's finances get better soon? Higher self spirit, what does Bree need to know about her finances? So I would say this is yes, Bree. You got the 9 of Pentacles. So you can definitely look forward to your finances improving soon. I feel like you've had to close out a cycle recently. Like a closing out a cycle of like poor money management. And like you got the devil card, but if you look at her posture, it's like a victory, and she's broken a chain. And so, like whatever you've been doing recently to break the chain of like poor money management, being the Page of Pentacles, you can look forward to um, your money improving. Okay, so you have, that's good. All right, Bree. Good job. You're welcome. Breaking that cycle of poor money management. Bless you, booger. All right. Was royalty next? Hey, Shiggy Boogie. Hey, Shiggy Boogie. Hey, Booga Booga. Yes, royalty. What's your question? It's it's a pineal gland activation for melatonin. I found it on Apple Music. Okay, will royalty get the travel position? Higher self spirit. Yes. Will royalty get the travel position? Yes. So I'm getting a yes, but with a caveat, because they're showing me you traveling for work, and I get the energy that that's not really what you were asking me. Like I feel like what you were asking me has to do with like maybe booking travel, but then they're showing me like a plane. They're showing you getting your luggage at a baggage claim. So I feel like the travel job is more of like traveling for work. Let me know if that resonates. I'm a travel nurse and I'm hoping to stay close. Okay. So the first card that came out was the Three of Wands, and like her backpack and looking forward is like giving me the energy of like you having options and traveling. But and then it's funny, this came out, she's in a wheelchair and you're a traveling nurse. Um, Cause like I was getting that you will get a job, but it wasn't like it was the yes to the travel job, but with the caveat, like I said. So there was something. Um, so and then I got the Hierophant, which is like you being spiritually tapped in. Um, like she's showing her authority over a situation. So like between these two cards, I just feel like that you can basically control your destiny and control what you want to do. Like you can choose to travel, you can choose to stay close to where you know, home and where you want to be. Um and it's definitely related to you being a nurse, but it's just like you have the ability to control how you want things to go. Um, and the you having the Hierophant card says to me that you are a powerful manifester. Like you can determine exactly what it is that you want. And so um, the traveling job could give you the opportunity to like have some time to manifest exactly what you want, because like I get the energy that you haven't really been very specific, or very like intentional is what I'm hearing. So like if you're a travel nurse but you want to stay closer to home, like you need to be very specific and intentional about the how you want it to look. Like what does what where do you want to work? Do you want to work at a hospital? Do you want to work at an assisted living? Do you want to work at, um, a clinic? Like, what is it specifically that you want to do as an alternative to the traveling? Let me know if that resonates. I've been healing from heartbreak, but I do need to. You're right. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Just, yeah, just be very specific. Uh, I feel like Spirit is saying pull a card on the healing from heartbreak part. Boy, what is you doing? Bubba. So this kind of speaks to like the healing from heartbreak that you were talking about. And then you got the Lovers card. So you definitely have new love to look forward to. Ah, hey. And then you got this. You also got the Six of Pentacles, which shows me that you'll be sharing your gifts, like whatever wisdom that you have collected from the experiences that you've had and healing and going through your journey, that you'll be just sharing those gifts and sharing your abundance with others. So good job healing. You're welcome. I'm glad that helped you. Yes, healing from heartbreak is hard, for real. I know. Okay. And then we have the Page of Cups. And this has to do with emotions being like emotionally immature. But you have definitely gained wisdom that you needed and moving right along. So, yes. One time for the healing. Every relationship is an opportunity to learn and grow and gain wisdom and heal and level up. And yes, the level up is leveling up, honey. Okay? Getting our whole level up on. Jasmine, you were saying you interested in having a question answered? Papa, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing, Chugi? Come on. You need some love. I just need some love, mama. A specific question because I'm just all over the place. Okay. Well, Jasmine, you got to ask something, child. Okay, so will Jasmine's love life get better? Higher self, tell me what Jasmine needs to know about her love life. Ooh. Hmm. What does Jasmine need to know about her love life? I keep hearing hermit mode. Like, I feel like they're saying you need to go into hermit mode with regard to your love life. And that says healing to me. What does she specifically need to work on as far as healing? So and this, I don't hope this isn't too personal, but I get the energy that you suffered some sexual trauma that needs healing. Let me know if that resonates. I don't think so. None that I can remember. Okay, let me make sure I'm reading your energy. Alright, so for Jasmine specifically, what does she need to heal? Is it something, okay, 11:11. Is it something around like not wanting to be intimate? Have you had problems with intimacy? You definitely want a man. Okay, I get that you want a man, but has it, as far as intimacy, like, have you had struggles with being sexually active? Because it's something surrounding your, like your root chakra. No, I haven't had any issues. Okay, so I may not be reading your energy. If I'm picking up on root chakra energy, though, I will definitely say that you need to get grounded. Why am I picking up on root chakra energy of sexual energy? Have your relationships been like heavily based on sex and not really like emotions? Cause like they just keep bringing me back to the sexual energy. So have the relationships been heavily focused on the physical intimacy and like lacking emotional connectedness? I was just in a relationship that ended in February, and I haven't been with anyone since then. Okay, but what I'm asking is, have your relationships been centered around sexual energy and not emotional connectedness? Not emotional connectedness. No, we were together for 4 years, and I think we were emotionally stable. Okay, so why did the relationship end? He left, I'm not exactly sure. Hmm. That those two things aren't really congruent. Because if you're saying that you all were emotionally balanced and you're not sure why he left, that's so. I think I was picking up hermit mode for you, and the hermit card came out. Um, your spirit team is definitely saying hermit mode for you, but you're sure he was cheating. Okay, so maybe that could be why I was picking up on sexual trauma, root chakra healing that's needed for you. Because if he was cheating, then that's sexual trauma indirectly. Um, not that he like raped you or it was SA per se, but if someone is cheating sexually and basically joining his energy with someone else and then bringing that energy to your womb, then that is affecting your root chakra. That's affecting your sexual energy. Um, Let me get some confirmation. And so like this is the card that came out as far as like the 10 of Wands. It's like she's bent over, she's um like stressed out, struggling. She's got on red pants for like root chakra, to indicate the root chakra. This card also came out like as far as maybe you've been in your head a lot, um, trying to deal with that whole situation. Yeah, so the energy that I get from you is that you really need to go into hermit mode, do some introspection, really get honest with yourself. Um, really get honest with yourself about how that relationship has affected you. Because if in one has affected you, because if in one instance you're saying that he left, okay, so it's like you have to get clear about the situation and how it's affected you. Because if I'm asking you questions with regard to how the relationship went and you're telling me that it was basically like a 4-year relationship, you didn't have any problems sexually, and then um you feel like everything was emotionally balanced, but then you say that he left, you don't know why he left, but you are sure he cheated or was cheating. That is all over the place, and it's not clear, it's not consistent. The information is just not, like, you're not really being completely open and honest with yourself and the situation. And I would definitely encourage you not to get any more readings on the situation until you are really ready to dig into it and get honest. Um, and if you're still here, this is no shade to you. I just like to use these opportunities as a way to speak to the collective about how you're using readers and how you're using this opportunity. And I know that like what I'm doing as far as giving free readings is like a catch-22, especially in the online social media TikTok environment, because there are so many readers, there's so many different types of readers, so many different ways that people present their gifts to the masses. And I know that um, this sometimes has been cheapened by social media. It's been cheapened by people who are charismatic and gifted at pulling cards and creating a narrative from the cards that's not necessarily healthy for people. And so it becomes more entertainment than like a serious matter. And when you are tapping into the energy of a situation, or if you are really wanting to genuinely improve your situation, you really want to take a reading seriously. and be very, like I was telling someone earlier, you want to be very careful about who you're allowing to read your energy, who you're allowing to tap into your energetic field and your aura in order to do readings. And if you're going to, like I said, if you're going to get a reading, take it seriously. If you are going to if you genuinely want to improve your situation, then that's the time to get a reading. But if you're just kind of like, oh, it would be fun to get a reading, I'm just gonna like use it for entertainment purposes, and you know, like it's whatever, I'm not the reader for that. I'll just say that. Now maybe somebody else is like, this is just a game for them. It's just like a money grab for them or whatever. Um, you're welcome, Jasmine. But I'm not the reader for that type of that energy. All right, creative savants. Hi, what's your question? I wanted to know, what is my mom's reason for having the energy she does toward me? She backstabs me every chance she can, and I don't know why. Okay, Bria. Why does Bria's mother take the energy toward her? Alright, so what does Bria need to know about her relationship with her mother? So, Bria, the energy that I get from it is that, like, your mom sees you as the parts of her that she's not able to achieve. Um, so, like, when somebody has like a daughter or a sibling or something like that where they wish that they could be like that person, and they kind of resent the fact that that person has qualities that they feel like they can't achieve, then that's why they act out in that manner. So the world card came out. So I feel like she looks at you as like you having everything and she have not having anything, or like that type of energy. Like why can she do this and why does she do that and why can't I have that? That type of energy. Um and then you got the magician card, so I feel like that you're very gifted. You're very I'm hearing the word blessed. So like a powerful manifester, you alchemize energy. The energy is like she's trying to figure out why she can't defeat you. Like, I've done this to her, I've done that to her, I'm trying to break her spirit, and then she still comes out on top. Like, still comes out successful and resilient and overcoming all the BS. Does that make sense? Does that resonate? So the Queen of Wands came out for you. Yes, she knew my ex fiance tried to hook up with my sister. So like the Queen of Wands came out for you. This is her. This is you, and then she's coming out as like the Page of Wands. So like where you're, like I was saying, you're able to alchemize energy. You see how she has the journal. Um, she has spiritual protection because cats are spiritual protection. She's sitting in her power. She's got the sun behind her. That says to me like powerful intuition, powerful connection to the divine. So you're able to, like, move past situations with ease. You're able to just do, you know, what it is you need to do to get past any kind of like immaturity on her part. And then so yeah, she knew my ex fiance tried to hook up with my sister and told her not to tell me. I was pregnant with baby number two. Yeah, I doubt it because of the abuse I've been through and learning to trust it more. Okay. But yeah, like you had, and then the judgment card came out. So the scales of justice are balanced in your favor. Like you are triumphant over everything that um, has been thrown at you, and the people who have done you dirty are receiving judgment. So, yeah, you have nothing to fear in a situation. Um, you being able to overcome adversity and not allowing people to break your spirit and make you a mean person is going to serve you very well. I thought maybe I was a bad person in a past life and this life was my karma. So I just took the losses back to back. No, I don't get that energy at all. I get the energy that, like, your energy in this lifetime is a reflection of your energy in past lifetimes. So the energy I get from you is that you're genuinely a good person despite what people have done to you. And that is not a reflection of you being a horrible person in a past life. Like, we all have moments where we may not be at our best. We may like lose our temper, or let our emotions kind of take over in a situation, but that doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean that you were a horrible person in a past life. It just means that you are reacting to some bullshit. Point blank, period. Like, when you and so what happens is, a lot of times when you're a decent person and when you're overall a kind person and your kindness has been taken for weakness, when you finally stand up for yourself, it feels like, oh, I'm a bad person, or I'm mean, or it feels like oh, I shouldn't have done that. Like, it's just, and people, like, especially narcissists, will try to make you feel like you're a bad person for standing up for yourself. But no, that does not make you a bad person at all. And trust me, like, they may think that they have somehow like won the battle, but baby, you about to win the war. Cause that judgment that's coming down on the people that have done you dirty, yeah, it's not. It's and you're gonna be present for all of it. Like, you will see the karma hit, and it's gonna hit. It always hits different when people do that to someone who is a genuinely, like, overall good person. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. I'm gonna get off of here, y'all, because I've been on here for, I think, about 4 hours or so. Or almost 3 something. Thank you, Eternal Life, for hanging out with me and being the best moderator. Eternal Life. Oh, you're welcome. I really appreciated the piece that the reading brought. Okay, good. You too. Thank you for hanging out with me. Eternal Life, you have a question? I did what you said in the last reading. It's just say my block game. Okay, good. Very good. Excellent. Yeah, because honey, with them cards that came out, them people, that person was about to take you to hell. You hear me? And you was going to have to dig yourself out. But did you have a question? Or do you want me to pull a card for you? Well, give me an actual question, like... Well, the card came out that is Emperor, so they got you an Emperor energy. I think that you've known that though. Standing in your power. You just have to stay in Emperor energy. Is there anything that Eternal Life needs to be aware of at this time? Can you clarify the numbers? So I feel like you're coming to the end of a cycle. Like this is the energy that you were in, and this is the energy that you're coming out of this energy, closing the cycle. And then, in your Emperor energy. So that's a good thing. But like I said, staying in your Emperor energy is going to be key. Because it's like when you waver in and out of that energy, it like stagnates or slows down your momentum. So it's like you'll come out of it, the ball will be rolling, and then like the wands will come up and stop the ball, and then you gotta close the cycle to drop the wands and let the ball roll again, and then keep that momentum. And then so just staying out of that wands, stressed out energy, tired of the BS energy. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, I will see y'all later. Bye, Tom. Yeah, I probably will not go to bed right away, but I feel you. I done slept all the day, okay? I went to sleep. I woke up. It was like 4 o'clock. I said, what in the whole hell is happening here? I think my spirit team put me in a coma to work on me today because they were just like, oh my God. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Thank you.